Hey friend, I'm Nicole Hoover, and this is Living My Human Design, a no rules, off the cuff podcast where I share what it really looks like to live this wild human design experiment in real time. As a 3-5 emotional manifesting generator, traveling full time across the US with my husband and our 2 dogs in our 25-foot motorhome, life is anything but linear, and neither is this podcast. Here, I'll be reflecting on what I'm learning, the people and places that light me up, the emotional wave that I ride, and the deep truths that unfold when I choose to live by design, not conditioning. This space isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. You'll hear me raw, inspired, emotional, uncertain, empowered, and always inviting you to experiment with your own unique design. No fixed format, just voice notes from the road, from my heart to yours. Because human design isn't something we do, it's something we live. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome. I am happy to be back recording a podcast. It has been a few months. I know I keep saying this, like I'm going to be consistent, but maybe just every few months is what my consistency looks like. So we're just going to play around with this. I did get a new microphone, so I'm curious to hear what this sounds like. And this is kind of like my encouragement to start recording on a more regular basis because, I have a new toy to play with, and a new toy always makes things really exciting. Well, welcome. It is the beginning of August. It is my birthday month. And we are preparing to start our journey heading south into Arizona for the holidays. And I know August sounds like a really early time to start heading south, but we have a few people that we want to visit as we make our way south. We're going to go and visit our oldest son and his wife in the Tri Cities of Washington and spend a couple of weeks with them. And then we're going to spend a couple weeks in Eastern Washington and hoping to catch up with a few friends. I'm sorry, not Eastern Washington, Western Washington. Hoping to catch up with some friends north of Portland. And then we're heading into Seaside for a couple weeks where we're going to celebrate my husband's aunt's 80th birthday, which I'm really excited to spend a couple weeks by the ocean. And then we are slowly going to make our way into Arizona. We're going to spend a week near Kodachrome National Park or State Park. I think it's a state park. It's really close to Bryce Canyon, and we haven't been able to explore the Bryce Canyon area of Utah yet. So Ryan and I are both really looking forward to that. And then, of course, we're going to spend a week by Lake Powell because we always like to spend a little bit of time at Lone Rock Beach. And then we're actually going to put our RV in storage for a couple months while we hang out with my mom, my mother in law, and sister in law inside the house, which is going to be really fun. I'm so grateful that my sister in law is also my best friend and that the 4 of us, me, my mother in law, my sister in law, my husband, we all get along so great. We're actually going to vacation together. Mom had some time that she needed to use up in San Diego. So we're going to go into that area around our anniversary. And I'm actually going to take 5 days off of work, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's just kind of where life is taking us right now. We just spent the day to day cleaning out the RV, getting rid of things we haven't used over the past year, reorganizing, cleaning out, lightening our load. And it always feels so good to clear stuff. And I just have to keep reminding myself that nothing, and anytime something new comes into the RV, something new has to leave. And every once in a while, I still buy a little bit too much stuff in the moment because it's exciting and I like it. But then I never end up using it and I just waste money. And so I'm going to work on that throughout the next year. I am 7 months into my new role with Bodygraph, and I am absolutely loving it. I love so much all of the people that I get to meet with and visit with on a daily basis. I love helping people to implement these tools into their human design based business and also just talking human design and astrology with like minded people. It has been absolutely amazing. And I keep getting more responsibilities, which is great. And I'm feeling very comfortable in the role now. And so I have more bandwidth and a more available time to record the podcast and take on VA work and things like that. So that's why I'm here with you chatting today. And I have all kinds of ideas on things that I want to do. I really want to create some experiments that people can use, some personalized experiments, because there's all kinds of information on human design out there, but there's not a whole lot that's telling us how to integrate this, how to start living our design, and what the benefits of that are. So I'm toying around with creating some low ticket reports around that, and there will be a fee associated with them. I mean, I like to try and give as much information away as I can for free, but I also feel when it comes time to like experiment, if you have a little bit of skin in the game, then you're more likely to follow through with the experiment. And so that they're going to be really low ticket, like $5 to $7 max, under $10 for sure. So we'll just see. I'm waiting for a little bit more clarity on that and just the energy to actually work on it and create it. It's so funny because I'm an MG. I'm a manifesting generator with so I have that sacral push, that sacral or but I'm also emotional authority. And sometimes I let that sacral carry me away. Like I will get that instant yes, and I'll get really excited about something and I'll forget to wait for that emotional clarity and I'll just take off and start doing the thing. And then I end up running out of energy or um it just is it really drains my energy to see it all the way through. And I'm really now paying attention to that, waiting for emotional clarity. And also, like, I get all of these ideas and inspirations that come through, and I have an open head and an undefined ajna. So I have a hard time storing all of that information and remembering these great ideas that I have. So I've created myself a Notion document where I put my ideas and inspirations, things that light me up. I put them into my Notion document and then I categorize them by what type of energy they take, how much time they would take me to complete. Um, what else do I put in there? What business is it benefiting? Is it benefiting my living my human design business? Is it benefiting me personally? Is it for Bodygraph? You know, where does this project fall as far as the different um, circles of my life? And this has really helped me because then I'll have some free time. And what would happen to me in the past is I would have some free time and there would be so much that I would want to accomplish. And I would just get overwhelmed with, where do I start? What do I do? Um, and I would get into like decision paralysis where I just couldn't make a decision. So then I would end up doing nothing. And now that I have this list, I can look at it and say, okay, I've got 3 hours. And then I'll look at the projects or the ideas that I have and how much time is that going to take me. And then also like what kind of mood am I in? Am I in a creative mood? Am I in a structural mood where I want to like really um, you know, build things structurally, like step by step by step, or am I in the mood to um, uh, like organize things, or what type of mood am I in? So I can take all of these into consideration before I decide what I'm going to do, and then I don't get that decision paralysis. Like I know that there's another name for that, but it's just not coming to me at the moment. But this has really helped me out. And, I have gate 55 in my conscious earth. And so honoring my moods is really important to me. The other thing that I want to talk about too is how we have this pressure to try and get things done, and comparing ourselves to someone who has been in business for multiple years, or our idols, the people that we look up to, and we want to be where they're at. But sometimes we forget that they didn't just show up there overnight. Like, it took steps, and it was a slow and gradual process. And so eventually I'll get to where some of the people that I look up to are at, but it's going to be my journey, and there's no rush. And I'm going to take it step by step, following my strategy and my authority. And it's going to lead me to some amazing places. Another reason why I'm kind of really focusing on that pausing before I take off, because sometimes, well, first of all, I'll take off too soon. Or sometimes what will happen too is um, think I need to have everything figured out before I move forward. I have to have all of the steps figured out to get me to exactly where I want to go. And it really doesn't work in my favor to have everything planned out, because again, I'm a manifesting generator. I'm designed to respond. And so if I have everything planned out and then I take that first step, if I ever take that first step, then I might get something new to respond to. And that new thing that I respond to may not take me down the same path that I had planned to go. And oftentimes, when I am responding and I end up deviating from my plan, it ends up taking me to such a more amazing place. Because this role that I have with Bodygraph, I hadn't planned that out. Like, I was just following my response and trusting my authority, and it led me to this most amazing aligned position that I could ever hope for. So that's part of the reason why it's so important to really follow and pay attention to your strategy and your authority. And coming soon, I'm going to have an experiment to really help you start connecting with that. But I think that's all that I have to say for today. Again, these are going to be short, sweet, in the moment podcasts. I've actually recorded this particular podcast 3 times because the inspiration seems to come to me at like 9:30 at night. And I often don't have the energy, or my husband's getting ready for bed. And so I don't want to be noisy in our small RV. So I'm going to try to come to you when the inspiration hits, when I feel like I have something to say, because my voice operates best in the now, when I'm not thinking about it and I just let whatever wants to come out, come out. So thank you for listening, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a review. It really helps more people discover the show. And don't forget to hit follow or bookmark so that you're the first to know when a new episode drops. If you'd like to dive deeper or work with me directly, check out the links in the show notes. And as always, keep living your human design, messy, magical, and entirely your own. See you next time.